going on?
Drake, seemed like a lot of people were excited the way we were Friday. Obviously, people were excited with the Garden. Just what's it been like to be here and just have the area just so excited about your play and your name and sort of people freaking out now whatever you do.
Yeah, I think they're excited about what we're doing. I think trying to give something to cheer for, and we got to bring it every week. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see some of the reactions you get, and it's a reminder of kind of the platform that I'm given, and what you can do and spread love and spread messages. So it's really cool, and I appreciate the way this city has embraced me, and we got to keep going.
Keyshawn's banked up right now. Just how much faith do you have in the rest of the wide receiver group if they have to step up?
Yeah, I think they stepped up all year. We mixed in a lot of different personnels. A lot of different guys are in and out. We're excited to see what some of the young guys got a chance to do. But really, I think, like I said, they stepped up when their number's been called, and you see with the way we've been, every week it's somebody different, and I think that's what's tough about what we do.
I was talking to Kyle Williams, and some of the miscommunication that you guys have had. How do you work on that, or is there anything to that? He said there might have been some miscommunication on some of the targets you guys have missed on so far.
Miscommunication? We're throwing in what place?
I don't know. I was asking him about some of the targets that he hasn't caught. He said there's just been kind of miscommunication with you.
No, really. I just got to give him a good ball to catch. I can't really think of any miscommunication I've had with Kyle. I think he's done a good job when he's in there, and I think he's doing a good job in practice. So just, I really think just proud of what the guys done in that room, and we got to continue to do it.
What's different about the pass rush package? Obviously, another really blitz-heavy system with the Buccaneers coming up. What do you see that's different from maybe what you saw against the Falcons?
Yeah, they bring a lot of different guys. I think they bring a lot of different guys. They're good blitzers. They bring linebackers. They bring safeties. They bring corners at times. They bring a lot of different people, and they're good at blitzing. And they've played in that defense with Coach Bowles for a while. A lot of those guys with numerous years playing together in the back end. They're a veteran defense with some good guys already up front. So just bringing more blitzers just makes it tougher on us. So we got to be on our P's and Q's in the blitz pickup.
Is it more difficult running play action when you have to turn your back and you don't really know where the pressure is necessarily coming from?
No, I think you try to build in, try to schematically build in kind of, pressure awareness for different type of blitzers, or try to get in and out of stuff based off who's blitzing. So we try to build that in, but there's definitely times where I think they lead the league in free rushers to the quarterback, or a stat like that. So they do a great job of getting guys home. So it's definitely something that I can get my head around faster if we do, and I know they're really aggressive.
Demario Douglas, after the game, talked about how this year has been a kind of a trust the process moment for him in terms of, lower snap count at the beginning of the season to now kind of where he's at now. What have you seen from him this whole season, and how has he kind of developed into this deep ball threat that you keep targeting in these later games?
First off, just I appreciate the way he's approached, every day coming into the facility, coming to practice. He practices, as hard as anybody out there. He runs routes. He's always wanting to, run routes during practice, run them again if we mess something up. And just his attitude, the joy he brings. Y'all have been around Pop. He's such a joy to be around. Sorry for his loss this past weekend, but just speaks to, just him as a person, going out there and having, a big game. And like you said, has battled some different things within the personnel, and staying in bigger personnels for us this year. Hadn't been on as much on the field, but he's got his chance. I've missed him a few times. He's been open a lot on film. So he's just, keep on running, and his energy has been contagious.
Drake, just to get back to some of the blitz questions, you guys have been really good, it looks like, based on some of the numbers against the blitz. What's been the key to your success, the success that you guys have had?
Yeah, it's protection. The guys are picking it up. I think those guys, speaking offensive line, I've done a great job all year. A lot of the sacks I have taken have been my fault. Been me holding the football, and I want to credit those guys for what they've done in blitz pickup games, and how hard they work on watching film and watching on Thursdays the third down cut ups, and what they do kind of blitz wise. So and that just my mindset of get it out and know that there's less people covering if they're blitzing, and just trying to be better and keep on growing against where guys are coming from and what they're trying to do behind the blitzes. Just trying to learn as much as I can of what these defensive coordinators like to do.
You say that some of the sacks you take are your fault, just for holding on to them. How do you work on that throughout the week or going into the next game after having seen that on film? Can you just take us through how you work to make sure that doesn't happen again?
Yeah, it's just like anything else. You try to work on it in practice. You try to simulate drills and be really good when we're on our team periods of trying to avoid it, and from there just don't make it too big a deal because I think there's some times where we're still making plays when I do try to extend plays, so just know at the point of the play and try to get that and execute it.
This was 4 years ago, and you were just in college. But do you remember anything about the last time the Patriots and Bucks played, and Brady came back?
Yeah, that was a big game. I know he came back here. I think they said they were cheering him when they first got out, and once the game went on, and the game started, they were booing him, which I respect, from our fan base. No, but I remember it was kind of a low scoring game to begin with, and I think it came back, and some of the trainers in the training room the other day were saying, I think Tom had a drive to put him ahead, and it was raining all game, and the rain stopped when Tom went out there for the game-winning drive, just almost like the football gods were with him. But I think I think the Patriots, that was a good battle, but I think you remember games like that and the comeback game, so that was cool.
As competitive as you are, is it hard in the moment to not want to hold for that extra second to see if something opens up as opposed to just getting rid of it or going whatever it is?
Yeah.
Is that a hard thing to reconcile for you?
Yeah, I think it's something that's, I don't think it's hard, but I think facing the consequences is harder. So knowing just tucking in if I am getting wrapped up or captured in the pocket, and like I said, just trying to stand in there as long as I can to try to find guys open. That's what I'm going to try to do and continue to try to do, and extend plays when I can. So I think these defensive lines are getting better and better in this league, and it's a good thing because I think receivers and tight ends and those guys are getting better and better as well.
Is there a bunch of different centers last year, and this year you've worked with one guy in Garrett? What sort of comfort level do you have having worked with him for the course of a full year? The consistency, the continuity there. How much easier is it for you now with that relationship?
Yeah, ton of credit to Garrett for what he's done here. First off, coming into the O-line room and kind of bringing some swagger, and he's a Charlotte guy. He went to the wrong college, but he's done a great job this year. He plays really hard. He's a kind of the coordinator as every center is up there, but he does a great job communicating with me. Keeps it light in the O-line room. They stay light and laughing, and I'm glad we were able to pick him up, and Austin's been a great addition. And I look forward every Sunday to getting out there and playing with Garrett. He's been, like I said, an awesome addition. I think he just brings some toughness, and he can move a little bit. And him and Will were laughing at who's faster, and then Will chased down a defensive end. So, but no, it's been awesome.
Is there a balancing act for you in terms of using your athleticism to leave the pocket versus staying in the pocket to go through the progressions? And how do you kind of balance those two things?
Yeah, I think you just try to balance of getting the football to the guys that are running the routes, because they're better players than I am, with the ball in their hands, and knowing the faster I get it out and get it to them, the better it is for the guys up front, for me, for the Patriots organization, and just knowing that when nothing's there, I continue to make plays and not shy away from that. And I think that makes it tough on the defense. But at the end of the day, try to stick to the point of the play, and if something breaks down, just keep on playing like myself.
Drake, it is the first time you guys will be underdogs since you were in Buffalo, which obviously went well. Do you see anything about this game that's beyond just getting a win against a good team? As you get later into the season, the games mean more.
Yeah, I think this game is it's going to be a good environment. They're a great football team. They're great defense, great offense, and I think it's a kind of a start for the games that we may have down the road of maybe at the end of the season need some wins, and it's going to be tough battles. So I think it's a start here for us to know what it's like, and when the weather gets a little colder. Not down there, but when it starts to what this game like is against a good team, good record, good quarterback, great defense. So it's a challenge, and it's feels like a game that got some little bit extra to it. But I think it's also an opponent we don't really know really well. NFC South, and you don't see them often, but it's a chance for us to get another road victory, and it's always a great test for a great team. So thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.